Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jaja.
And it is just the two of us. I feel like it's rarely ever just me and Jaja. So this is a treat. Jaja, Happy New Year. How are you doing?
It's been a while. Happy New Year.
Yeah, how have you been?
Merry Christmas and all that. It's been good.
I talked to James last week about like nerdy things he did over the Christmas holiday. So I have to talk to you about it too, since I haven't seen you in a while.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't much nerdy things. I did start Titans.
Nice.
That is the highlight of my nerdy things right now. It's really good. I'm in like the beginning of season 2.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed the first season. I don't like how they went into the second season. Like I don't like how they did that. I was expecting them to wrap up the whole Trigon thing in the first season, and it was like as soon as Trigon came, it was season 2, like the first episode of season 2.
Before you say too much, I would like to preface that I have never seen any episode of the show yet. Don't spoil it.
Oh, I thought y'all both were watching Titans.
No, James. I think James.
So then I won't spoil anything.
James definitely watched Titans for sure. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but I want to. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but the transition into season 2 is kind of weird, and then the beginning of season 2 is there's something like the show is called Titans, and they call themselves the Titans, but like they didn't really explain it. And then season 2, they're just calling themselves Titans. It's like, okay, when did we become the Titans again? Okay. But it's cool. They're introducing a lot of DC characters. I think it's a good entry point into like DC stuff.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, I have to actually get around to watching that because like it's on my list. I have a lot of things on my list, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, life gets in the way sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
What else have I been up to? Oh, I got Xbox Game Pass to work on my Samsung TV.
Nice. So how's that been?
I've been trying that out, and I am happy to announce that Samsung TVs are now officially gaming consoles.
So it plays well? Like
it
there's
works
no lag or anything like that? Oh.
I mean, no, you barely feel it. You really barely feel it. You probably feel it the most when you're playing first-person shooters, but it's still not unplayable.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't be playing competitive, like trying to go online and like esports and all that stuff. It's not for that. But it's definitely playable. Like I went on Fortnite and I was getting kills with the Game Pass, so it was great.
Nice.
And then that's it really for my nerdy things. I do want to talk about like the AI apps because they've been going crazy.
Yeah.
And we were early on that story. We were super early on that.
Okay, so we could definitely talk about that. And I have something to add to that too, because I did see I saw that movie Megan this past week.
Mm-hmm.
So I can add on to AI.
That's like the new Chucky, right?
Yeah, but not really like Chucky because she's not a doll, she's a robot. So like it's it's a little different in that sense that she's not a possessed doll. But we'll get into that. Got it. It was another like cautionary tale about delving too deep into AI and robots and things like that. So I feel like
too late for that.
I know. I know. Man. Did you get anything nerdy for Christmas, Jaja?
I got some Dragon Ball Z socks.
Nice.
Dragon Ball Z like little gift set. So I had a mug, some socks, and a keychain in it.
Nice.
I got a couple new graphic tees, as you can see.
I did see that. Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, those are pretty much the highlights.
Nice.
Of my gifts. It wasn't too crazy, Christmas is for the kids, so
of
all
course.
the kids are happy.
Yes.
Everybody got new gadgets and everything, so I'll work on me later.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good holiday. What did I do? So this week I started my Marvel Master rewatch. I'm very late because I only have a month to watch everything before Ant-Man comes out. So I'm a little behind. But right now I'm on Thor. So I have watched in order Captain America. And then so on Disney Plus, like it gives you like the order that you can watch everything in chronologically. So they put all these little one-shot things. I don't know if you've ever seen the Marvel one-shots on Disney Plus. They're like the little shorts. So they put all these little one shots in between. So I've never watched them before, but they're like, it's good context to add because they're like little short, like 5 to 15 minute, like in between stories about certain characters. So in between Captain America and Captain Marvel, there was a one shot for Agent Carter, which kind of like, it's like a 15-minute short that kind of like shows like how she started like running Shield. And so that was like a nice little in-between story. It takes place right after Captain America. So that was cool. It adds a little context. And then there's another one shot between Iron Man 2 and Thor. For those of you who have Iron Man 2 fresh in your mind, at the end of Iron Man 2 or in the post-credit scene, Agent Coulson finds Thor's hammer in a crater. So that one shot, so it was his one shot. It's called like A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer. It's just like a little short story about like how he stopped a robbery like while he was on the way there. So I just think they're like little cool, like fun little puzzle context pieces to like put in between the movies. I never watched them before, so those are fun.
Yeah, they were cool. I remember watching I don't know if you what's that show that She-Hulk jumped into? Marvel Assembled.
Right.
So every time like a new show or movie comes out, they usually drop like a new episode of that focuses on one of the or all the main characters in whatever's coming out. And I used to like religiously watch those before like the new thing came out. But yeah, the shorts are cool.
Yeah,
I
the
like
shorts
how
are
they
cool.
like tying in Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
That like makes that canon pretty much.
Yeah. So if you've never watched any of the one shots, I mean, it's cool to watch them like by themselves, but if you are ever planning to do a master rewatch like I am, then you should definitely put those in between like where they're supposed to be. So it's nice little like missing like short contacts in between things. So it's cool.
And I did start it was not a master rewatch, but I did start from where did I start from? Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I said I'm gonna watch from right here.
Nice. That's a good starting point, I think.
Yeah, so I've only watched that, and I planned on skipping the 2 Guardians movies for right now.
Oh,
and
why?
jumping into Age of Ultron because I don't know. I'm trying to speed through it a little bit, and I'm gonna watch the Guardians over. I just want to get through the timeline stuff.
So what I think I might skip. So I was thinking about all the movies and shows that I have to watch, and I think that I might skip The Dark World. That's the second Thor movie. And I'm definitely going to skip Thor Love and Thunder when I get to that point. I do not want to watch that movie again. I don't want to watch it again. I have no desire. God. I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe I will watch it again because I want to see if I like it any better the second time, but I guarantee you I won't.
I have to watch all 3 Thors over, especially Ragnarok, because I've been hating on Ragnarok.
I don't know why. Ragnarok.
I don't think my opinion's going to change. I think the third one is way better than the second one, even though they doubled down on dumb Thor, which pissed me off. But yeah,
Ragnarok is so good.
We'll come back. We'll revisit that.
But yeah, I have not really a lot of notes yet. Just like from watching Captain America, which is where the Tesseract like first pops up, to then going to Captain Marvel, where the Tesseract is also a part of that movie, to then going to Thor, where the Tesseract is also a part of that movie. I'm not really understanding how the Tesseract made it from the events of Captain Marvel into Thor to the Frost Giants. That part doesn't really make sense to me. It's not really explained. And that is what I'm noticing so far in this jumbled up world of movies that came out.
So I had that question too. And one of my YouTube channels explained it. I want to say it was New Rockstars, but I don't know. But I gotta find the video and I'll send it to you. But they go through the timeline of Tesseract moving through different people. Hydra had it for a minute, then Nick Fury had everybody was just moving around for a little bit. The Doctor from Captain Marvel, she had it.
Right, she had it right after Hydra had it, but we don't really know how she got it. But then at the end of Captain Marvel, the cat ate it, the Flurkin alien cat. It ate it. And then that was the last we saw of it. And then I don't really know how the Frost Giants got it. Like, that's just like a big missing chunk of information that it doesn't make sense to me.
I'll send you the video because I believe it did make sense after I watched the video. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of stuff they left out. But yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But I mean, I guess that's what happens when they don't release these movies in chronological order. There's some things that they don't think about. But So definitely something I noticed watching it in order. So if anyone happens to know that, send us an email because I don't get it.
I got you.
Thank you. But yeah, so right now I'm in the middle of the first Thor movie. So, and it's not as, and I also make a note about Iron Man 2. Rewatching it again for like, I think this is maybe like the 4th time I've seen it. It's not great, but it's not as bad as I said it was many times before on this show.
I would agree.
But it's not great. I think Whiplash was not a very strong villain for that movie, but it wasn't, the rest of it wasn't bad. I just don't think he was a great addition.
I feel like his villain, like it was more about the War Machine and Iron Man facing off a little bit than him. He was like the side plot. I feel like
right. I would agree with that. Yeah, but it's not terrible.
I think from what I remember, I think I enjoyed Iron Man 2 better than 3. 3 is the one at the end. He had like all the robots like helping him fight, right? All the Iron Man variants.
I think so. I'm trying to think if I enjoyed 2 or 3 better. I have to wait until I watch 3 again to make my final decision. So when I get to Iron Man 3, I will make my consensus to which one I liked better. But Iron Man 2 is not that bad. I'm gonna up my rating for it. I'll give it like a 6, maybe 6.5. It wasn't terrible. But yeah, that's where I am on my Marvel Master rewatch, guys. And tune in next week to see where I am.
While we're on Marvel, definitely have to give a I don't know, thoughts and prayers to the actor from Hawkeye. I hear he's not doing too good.
Well, yes, he was in the hospital. I think he's actually doing better though. I forgot what happened to him. He was in some kind of accident.
I think he was like snow plowing or something like that. Yeah, I'm sorry for forgetting his name, but I from what I read, allegedly it was like a snow accident, and then somebody was telling me about an update like recently that like he like something might be wrong with his legs. He might not be able to walk or something like that.
Oh, so wow. Okay,
definitely. Hopefully that's not true. Hopefully he's okay. And,
yeah, it was a snowplow accident. So from this article from January 11th, which was 4 days ago, it says he's on the mend but faces a long road to recovery. But they said that he's making positive progress, but I don't know where. I'm trying to find like if there's anything about like his most recent 23 hours ago. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm hoping what I was told is not true. That would suck.
It doesn't say anything. So from this article 23 hours ago, it says that he's making positive progress.
Okay. We'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, but he suffered like blunt chest trauma and orthopedic injuries. But hopefully he's okay. He looked pretty banged up. I don't know if you saw any photos of him.
But, I did not. I honestly did not want to see it. I'm like, after the whole Damar Hamlin thing, I'm like a little bit traumatized when people go to the hospital and we're like waiting for updates. Like,
did you see that live, Jaja? I know you watch football.
I did not see it live, but you know, recently with me, I just had a passing in the family where we were at the hospital waiting to see what happened. So like, it just brought that back.
Oh, right. Okay.
I was messed up. I didn't even see a lot. I saw it the next day, and I was like almost in tears watching them commentate on it. So
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully Jeremy Renner is making a speedy recovery.
Yes, thoughts and prayers to him, definitely.
All right, so let's get into some.
To get it off of sad stuff.
Oh yes.
I just wanted to say that I can't even find the word for how hyped I am for this Ant-Man movie. Like the most excited I've been for a Marvel project in like a year. So
I'm excited. We're going to talk about the trailer later, but I'm excited about it, but I'm also nervous about it a little bit. I talked to James about this last week, but I was just mentioning that like this movie can't be bad. It can't be bad. If it's bad, I think I'll lose hope in Marvel if this movie is not great. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I feel like this is the big jumping off point. Like phase 4 was like and this is like the big jumping off point to get people excited again. And I just feel like they can't miss with this one. Can't miss. But yeah, we'll talk about the trailer though, in a bit. Because I saw it. I didn't want to watch it, but I ended up watching it. But yeah, we'll talk about it in a second.
Amazing.
Well, let's get into some video game news first. Oh, Jaja, I want to get your opinion. Last week, me and James talked about the video games that we were most excited for the 2023. So I want to know what video game you're most excited for this year.
The video game that I'm most excited for? Oh, that's tough. I wish I would have prepared for this question. I don't want to just answer that off the top of my head because, yeah, I want to really give that some thought. I might come back with that, or it might come to me before the pod is over. But I'll think about that.
Okay.
What game am I mostly? Because Xbox, we don't have a lot of exclusives coming. There's not a lot of stuff announced. So like, I'm waiting for the next Xbox event to see what happens after that. And yeah, I'm not excited for Starfield. I'll play No Man's Sky if I want to play Starfield or Borderlands or something, because that's what it reminds me of.
Are you excited for Harry Potter? No. Okay.
Oh yes. Okay.
We're only a month away.
That could be my number one game. I'll take that as the most anticipated game right now.
Yes, we're less than a month away from the release of Hogwarts Legacy on all major consoles except all major like new gen consoles. So I'm
Wait, how far are we away?
Less than a month. It comes out February 10th.
Oh man, I gotta get my pre-order in.
I know. I'm actually gonna pre-order it too because I want the pre-order exclusives. I never pre-order digital games ever, but I might actually do it this time. We'll see. So let's get into some stuff. So Jaja, I put this strictly in here for Jaja because he's the only one that plays Marvel Snap. But Marvel Snap is getting its long-awaited PvP battle features. I just want to know if Jaja's excited about that.
Super excited. Now everybody that I've been telling to play the game, I can actually beat they behind in the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that I've put onto the game and they've been hooked. And so we've been waiting to get our matches in. And yes, it should be fun. Hopefully they're not overwhelmed with all the cards that I have since beta.
Can you explain the concept of this game? Is this a card game? I don't know what this game is, actually.
This game is everything. No, I'm kidding. It's a card game.
Okay.
It's mainly a card game. You use the cards to battle, and the premise is simple. There's 3 locations. Each location has some type of effect or something's happening at that location, either +2 card to every card, stuff like that, or you can't play cards here, only one card can play here, like stuff like that. Every location is going to have something that mixes up the game, so that makes every match fresh. And then you have these cards, they have energy cost, and they have power, and obviously you want to have the most power at each location. And then most of the cards have abilities, and you just use that to win 2 out of the 3 locations. And it's a very simple game. Like, the game is very easy to learn. And then once you learn how, once you start seeing the different card combos and stuff like that, it gets very interesting. But half of the game is just collecting the cards and looking at these cool cards that the artwork is amazing. And actually, part of the last update, you can actually click into the card and see the artist. They got the artist credits, and they got details about the cards that you couldn't see before. And yeah, I don't know what's more fun, playing the game or collecting the cards. I honestly can't tell you. I'm having fun doing both.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure that you like it. I just don't know if I could ever get into this. But it's cool that you're getting PvP.
It's like every match is 2 or 3 minutes. It's not time consuming at all. You can play this sitting on the toilet and be done before you get up. It's so easy.
So wait, is
sometimes I have a problem because I'll start a match and I'll forget that I'm in the match, and I look down and the match is over because I didn't play, or it happened. It's really quick.
Is Marvel Snap a mobile game or is it on console? I forget.
It's on mobile and on PC. So
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, for anyone that wants to play Jaja on Marvel Snap, Jaja, you should drop your username or whatever so that the fans can, when PvP opens, the fans can play you. That would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun. So then I want to talk about something that I'm annoyed about. So I spoke a little bit about Skull and Bones, which is a game coming to Xbox and PS5. It's like a pirate open world RPG that looked really cool when I first saw it announced a while ago, but it has been delayed for the 6th time. So I don't know.
What's with you when waiting for delayed games, Shannon?
I don't know. It's all the games that I really want to play that keep getting delayed. Like, I don't really know what's going on.
And then they come out and you're like, nah.
No, that's not true. I don't know. Oh, well, the only game that happened with was Kingdom Hearts 3.
I was about to say.
Yeah, that's the only game that happened with. But that's because that's different though. That was like a 20-year long franchise in the making. But this is just like, so like it happened with Harry Potter. Harry Potter kept getting delayed multiple times. We'll see if it was worth all the delays soon when it comes out. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing though. Like I'm sure it's gonna be great. And this game, like I'm just waiting and waiting for it. And hopefully it doesn't suck after 6 delays. That's really bad. If your game is still bad after delaying it 6 times, it has to be. You would think it would be perfect by then. But yeah, this game was first announced in 2018, and it is now 2023, and it is still not out. So I actually saw an article the other day about like how games are taking these new age games are taking way too long to develop. Like they're taking like years and years and years to develop. So. And I thought it was interesting because it's like you want a good game, but you have to know like once a game is announced, you probably won't see it for like a while. And I don't know how I feel about that.
So in my experiences, ever since I was younger, like that's how it's always been. Like they would announce a game and you'd have to wait at least a year.
But I feel like it's taking longer now because like games are much more advanced now, and there's a lot more that has to go into development. So I feel like it's taking more than a year from I feel like I haven't seen any game that was announced that came out the next year. I feel like it's always taking, for all these games, it's taking multiple for like these new gen consoles, it's taking multiple years.
I mean, as they should. These are very complicated games with huge teams that have to coordinate. And then after you get the game, you got to work out all the glitches. You got to find out what people like, if that needs to be changed. Like I'm a big fan of all the games that go into game preview and beta and all that stuff because you get actual feedback from the people who are going to play the game. So it's not like this is what I think they would like. Oh no, this is what they actually like. But
my question is now, would you rather have them announce it and then wait 3 years for it to come out? Or would you just have them announce it when it's already almost done and then you don't have to wait like 4 years for it to actually come out?
Okay. I'll answer that and fire back with a question. Okay. I think I would rather them announce it and me wait 3 years.
Really? Okay. Okay, and why is that? But wait, I just want to know before you ask, why is that?
But it might be explained in the question.
Okay.
So would you rather a game take short to develop, comes out, and then just has to get updated DLCs after DLC because, they rushed it out? Or would you rather you get your money's worth for the $60? They're still going to slam us with DLCs. Like, that's just it. But like,
I would much rather them take longer to develop it. But my thing is, it's like, maybe I'm trying to figure out what the purpose is of announcing it before it even goes into like real development. And then we're waiting like 3 years for it.
So build the hype, Shannon.
I know, but the hype will build. I feel like when you're closer to the end of the game, like announce it once you're already 2 years in and you only have like a year left of development, then announce it. Then I feel like people will be less angry. I don't know.
I feel like it could be a lot of reasons why they do that. Yeah. Like, just off the top of my head, I don't know if this is true or not, but it could be like, oh, we announced the game to see how much hype is already there. You know what I mean? And then build that up through like gameplay or whatever kind of stuff to the game comes out. It could be like they really want to get the game right. Like there's some people who just who want to perfect the game before it comes out, and I'm not mad at that. But don't wait 2 years and then come out with a Cyberpunk. Or a Pokemon Go that the first day everything's just messed up. Like, I'd rather a game that works, that I don't have to worry about the first day whether or not I'm gonna corrupt my game file.
That's very true. And I guess they need to gauge like how many people are actually excited about the game before they put in 2 years of development. So I mean, I guess it makes sense to announce it like right in the beginning.
Or like it could be like Midnight Suns was an interesting release to me because I feel like they tried to hype it a little bit, but they didn't go as hard as they usually do. Like it was hyped at the beginning, then you saw a little drop. Like I was following it, so I feel like I got more news than a lot of people, and that wasn't a lot. So like it was really when it came out. Now I'm seeing all these ads for it and all this. They pushing it hard now, and I was like, okay, I haven't played it yet, so it's like I don't know how that affected the marketing affected me because I got Avengers, when it came out, and they were pushing that game heavy,
right?
And I like that game, but they didn't do the same thing with Marvel Suns. I didn't run out to go buy it. I'm waiting for a sale.
I didn't even realize that game came out already. I did actually. I did know that, but I forgot.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's an interesting question. I wonder the thoughts behind those strategies. Why they do that?
Yeah, I just know it's just annoying. I just don't want to be annoyed when you announce something. And I noticed, who does a lot? Square. I mean, every company is guilty of it because it takes long to build these games. But Square Enix is especially guilty of it. Especially guilty because they take Kingdom Hearts 3, for example. Took like 7 years for that game to come out after they announced it, or like 5 years, something like that. Then you have Final Fantasy 7, the remake, Part 2, taking forever to come out. I don't know what's taking them in particular so long to release these games.
I feel like Square Enix has a lot going on. They got a lot of projects that they push at the same time.
They do.
And they're all great. So it's like, I kind of get it. But at this point, I see what you're saying. They do a lot of that.
They do. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating.
Yes.
But yeah, just a point I wanted to bring up. I want to know what the people think about this too. I mean, obviously you want your game to be good when it comes out, but like, are you annoyed at the long wait times between announcement and actual release of the game?
I feel like they do that for movies too. Like we got Marvel movies till like 2026 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, but what happens is you have a whole bunch, but you have to get to that point. So at least there's things coming out constantly in between that time.
No, but forget Marvel. Like movies get announced like 2 years before they come out.
That's true.
Like it's the same exact thing.
I think movies are I think the movie wait time is a little shorter. It might be like a year or like something like that. Or sometimes it's even less than that.
You get the announcement and then they go into production in 6 months and then it takes a year to film and like
I feel like that. So like when I go to the movies and I look at previews, I see a lot of previews for things for the first time that are coming out like in the same year. I just feel like it's not as drastic as video games. It's a little drastic, but not as drastic.
Okay.
Like I saw a lot of previews for stuff that are coming out in like the spring that I've never seen previews for before. And I just feel like the movie time is definitely
How long ago did we hear about Mario?
Well, Mario's an animated movie. It's different, a lot more goes into that, I guess. But I guess you're right.
When do you think the next Jurassic Park movie is going to come out? Because they've said that another trilogy is coming out.
Ugh. I feel like they just need to stop that. Stop.
I'm telling you, they announced it so early that we forget about it by the time it comes out.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm curious now. When was the Super Mario movie announced? It was announced. Oh, you're right. It was announced in 2018. Wow,
super long ago.
It's
worse in movies, Shannon. It might be worse.
2018. That was before the pandemic. They announced that movie in 2018.
Yeah, we didn't know nothing about Chris Pratt. We didn't know nothing about the movie besides this is a Mario movie. That's it.
Wow.
I feel like Sonic took a minute. Like,
well, you know why though? The pandemic messed that up.
Look at Avatar.
I feel like
we got the Avatar announcement and we're still waiting for that.
I know. I think that though, if the pandemic didn't happen, I feel like this movie would have came out already. You don't think so? I just feel like the pandemic messed up a lot of timelines.
It's a valid argument. I'm not gonna refute that, but it's been happening since before the pandemic. So
true. Okay, we'll see. But yeah, interesting thought, interesting discussion there. But you're right. I guess we're just an impatient people, just waiting. Well, me at least, just waiting 5 years for things to come out. Just like, for example, the Wolverine video game, they said that probably won't come out till 2024, 2025, which is a ridiculous amount of time away. So, but they announced it like 2 years ago. So like, it's just annoying. But yeah.
Some of these announcements, like not to get too morbid, but I'd be like, am I gonna be alive when this thing comes out? like for real. Might not even see that.
Right. But, like Kingdom Hearts 4, that was announced, but I'm not even holding my breath to when we're going to see that. Probably when I'm 35, that's going to come out, and I'm 29 now. So, but I feel like that's when I'm going to see it. But anyway,
That was a funny conversation.
It was something I had to bring up. Jaja, so Xbox and Bethesda is going to have an event later this month. Are you anticipating or looking forward to anything from that? Any
Yes.
whisperings of what's coming out for
Well, I
them?
haven't heard any whisperings, but I am looking out for what they have to say because they've been kind of quiet, and I need to know what's going on. Phil
Yeah.
Spencer, you need to update me, please. I need some announcements. Y'all just acquired all these studios. I'm expecting some bangers to come out. I don't even care if they're exclusive. Y'all could have the exclusives. I just want some bangers to come out of these Xbox studios so that we could say we provided games for everybody. That's our mission. We want everybody to be gaming.
Yes. Xbox is inclusive, and Sony wants to just hog everything to
You like how I
themselves.
sound like an Xbox employee? I need to
Yes.
like apply for a job with
You
Xbox.
should.
Like,
You
like
should.
ambassador or something like that. I would
I
not
actually,
mind.
I know somebody who is an ambassador for Xbox. I don't know how he got to that gig, but
There's a program. There's a
oh,
program, but they just like phased it out. And it's something. Oh, man, I wish I had all the details. But like all the people who were ambassadors are gonna become like grandfathered in, as in like there's some
Okay, as
new
an
role
employee.
for them. But
Yeah.
like it's not like an official employee thing. I don't even know if you get paid for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's some type of program they got where you can represent Xbox or whatever.
Right. That's cool though. It's a cool gig. I
Yeah.
mean, I would like to get paid for it, but like it's still cool.
I just learned about it recently, so I'll
Yeah.
look into it and see what's going on.
All right, so let's get into some TV movie news. Jaja, The Last of Us premieres tonight on HBO Max. Are you going to be watching it?
After I finish Titans.
Okay, after you finish
Yeah, but
Titans.
I've heard a lot. Everybody's been talking to me. Last of Us. Is it out already or
No, it comes out tonight. Tonight the first episode comes on. So it'll people that
I
are
got
listening to
time.
us, the first episode would have came out already.
I'm not with the weekly thing. There's very few shows that I'll do weekly. But
I figure we should watch it because I'm actually gonna watch The Last of Us, which is very unlike me because it's a zombie show. But I think I'm actually gonna watch it, and I would like for you guys to watch it so we could talk about it on a week to week basis.
Yeah, but how are we gonna talk about it and spoil it for everyone? You know, it's the first week. No, but we gotta give it at least a week.
But we'll be behind. We'll be behind a week though because we'll be talking about the first episode next week when the second episode is about to come out. So I think we'll be clear of spoilers. I think.
Okay. Everybody, you hear that here? You got a week to watch the episode, or else we telling it all.
Well, we'll put a spoiler warning before we talk about it, so people could skip ahead if they don't want to listen to it. But I'm actually gonna watch it. Hopefully, I'm not plagued with nightmares, so I'll let you guys know. I'll decide after this first episode.
Nightmares?
I never actually played it. I'm just gonna watch it without any context of the game. I have some context of the game because I've watched people stream a little bit of it, but I've never actually played the full thing all the way through.
Did the robot give you nightmares? I forget.
No. Megan did not give me nightmares. It wasn't scary. But I'll get to that in a second. I just want to talk about real quick because I know how much you hate Avatar. Almost a month later, Jaja, Avatar: The Way of Water is still at the top of the box office in the U.S. theaters. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a lie. Who is going to see this movie?
Lots of people.
A whole bunch of people. Like usually, my YouTube is flooded with like the movie reviews and stuff. I haven't seen nobody review an Avatar, break down an Avatar. I've seen a
lot of breakdowns of Avatar on YouTube. Actually, I've watched a few of them.
All the breakdowns I've seen is like this is the same exact movie from the first one. Except they made the Avatar people racist. Like they got different color Avatar people they fighting with. I don't know.
But it's still at the top. But I mean, it might still be at the top because there are no strong contenders against it yet. You know what I mean? And there haven't really been.
What's out right now? That's why everyone's going to the movies. Probably they have no choice but to see that. Like that's my only logical. I mean, no one's running to the theater to go. Oh, I gotta see the new Avatar.
I feel like some people are though. I feel like some people are.
Very few, not enough for it to break all these records. They be lying about the numbers. I don't believe
it's moving up there. I think it's now cracked. I think it's now number 9 highest U.S. grossing movies of all time. So it's moving up there. Nowhere near where the first one is right now, but it's moving up the list. It's broke the top 10. So we'll see where it ends up by the time it comes out of theaters. One thing that's in the movie theater now is Megan, which I saw just because I have an AMC A-list, and I have to use it or else I'm wasting money. So we just go to see everything.
Yeah, might as well.
And a black
Don't
person,
you love that AMC?
a black woman wrote that movie too. So I was like, oh, let's support our black creators. So that was interesting for me when I learned that. So Megan is about this woman who is into tech. She works for tech at this toy company. And she designs this doll who's a robot for her niece. And yeah, it's a classic story about how a robot becomes, how you put all this advanced AI tech into a robot and it becomes self-aware as it is in the environment and learns from different things. And she learns that humanity sucks and she becomes a killer robot, basically. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't, so like I didn't really know what to expect going into this movie, but it wasn't bad. It was like kind of corny at some parts, but it wasn't like bad corny. It was like funny corny. But talking about AI, this is like, it reminds me of iRobot a little bit, where it's like that was like a warning about AI like way before we were even in the advanced stages of where our AI is now. And I just feel like this is like another updated movie about AI for the modern times that we're in. And I feel like it serves as another warning as to like what could potentially happen when we have these self-learning machines that, you know, just become smarter the more that they're in the environment. But this is what we're heading to. A lot of things. Chatbot GPT. I feel like that's kind of scary. This thing can like write essays for you about things that are taken from in like 30 seconds, and it's just like really weird. And I don't like it.
Do you remember how that conversation started? Oh, let's use this app and it can talk and learn and be your best friend. And then we were like, okay, it wants to be your girlfriend too. This is kind of weird. And then next thing you know, it's writing essays. It can write you an essay and then there's AI that can adjust the essay so that the plagiarizing box don't find out that it's plagiarized.
Yep.
Like that it was made up. They got these AI bots doing 3D models, writing code for Python that you can just plug into Blender and it will just draw whatever you just wrote.
Mm-hmm.
That is mind blowing to me. Like, I think this technology is great, but it's scary at the same time because I feel like we're still in the infancy of it. Like, it's still learning. Everybody's still learning this stuff. Like, what did I see? Oh, they got AI bot, the Chat GPT can write a stock trading bot for you, like that'll just trade stocks for you. Like, this is insane.
It is insane.
I think that it went to like 1 million users in like 5 days, which is the fastest anything has got 1 million users.
And it's worth
evaluation. What is it?
Something.
I don't know the exact number.
Some insane number. I think it's in the billions though.
Yeah, it's crazy. If we would have invested in it when we first started talking to it, we'd be out of here, Shannon. We'd be gone. we'd be able to sponsor this podcast ourselves.
Right. The guy that created it stands to be extremely rich because like it's worth so much money. It's so much money.
Out of here.
Yeah.
That bot can do literally anything. Like,
but
almost, and it keeps learning. It's still learning,
which is a scary thing. But my thing is like, where should we draw the line at this? Like, these programs that can like do all these things for you, when does it become illegal to use AI to do these things for you? But how would you know also? But like, where should we draw the line with that?
It's hard to say because I'm one for innovation and pushing things forward, and with that comes risk. Like when we first got to internet, there's the dark web. There's a very, very bad side to the internet. Yeah. But does it outweigh all the good things that it could do? Probably not. That's how I feel about stuff like cryptocurrency. Like, is there bad parts of it? Yeah. Is it risky? Yeah. But the good outweighs the bad, and that's how I feel about the AIs. But when in our conversations before, I was just worried a lot about these apps that are in development that are just taking our data and now it's theirs and they can do whatever they want with it. Any of those pictures that you sent them, if you see it somewhere on a billboard ad and now you go in the chat, yo, what are you doing my picture? Hey, that's my picture now. So that's the scary part of it. Like, I think people's data should be protected, but the technology itself, I mean, we don't even know what it can do. Like what we can't even say what it can and can't do yet. So it's a tough. It's scary.
AI
Scary
is
times.
scary. It is scary times. I don't know.
It's a
I
beautiful
wonder.
time to be a college kid, though. I would say
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm not.
This is the best time for college
Guys,
kids.
please don't become dumb by
Sky's
allowing
the limit.
AI to write your papers. Be smart and do the research yourself so that you're not an idiot. Because this is what AI is going to do to you if you're relying on it to write your papers and do your research for you. Come on, guys.
Right, but at the same time,
like I know that writing essays is not fun and doing research is not fun, but like, don't you want to develop yourself as a human? You can't rely on AI to like.
So
it's not going to set you up for failure in the long run, I think.
So just to play devil's advocate, do you think that, like, I think about the calculator, like the scientific calculator. Like, yeah, we learned how to do 1 + 1, so everybody can do math by hand. We could graph by hand. But once you got the calculator, it's like, yeah, we can skip all these baby steps and work on more advanced stuff. Like, it's similar to like programming, like how they have the programming libraries where you don't have to program everything from scratch. There's already these functions there that does what you need it to do, so that because this is something that everybody does. Like, so I think it's similar to that. Like, yeah, you shouldn't use it to write your essays and do all your research, like just straight plagiarize. But it is a useful tool to help you get your work done. And it's not like they care if you learn it or not. As long as you just get the grade and get that piece of paper, no one's going to actually care if you know the knowledge. You're going to learn that stuff in real life, most likely, for most jobs.
I don't know. I just feel like the more we let AI do things, the more that people are going to think. I mean, and people already think that AI can replace like people in the workforce. I just feel like the more that it's going to be like a fuel to like, soon we're going to have robot doctors and like all this other stuff. And I feel like they're just going to find.
We do have robot doctors right now.
Do we?
There's machines that do the surgery for you. Yeah, they have the augmented reality machines that can examine your body. Like, yeah, they have.
I don't want a robot performing my surgery.
We're already here. Would you rather a robot who's going to have a steady hand and the precision more precise than a doctor? You know what I mean? It's something to think about.
Jaja, I don't want to live. I don't want to live in a robot's world. I don't want that.
Shannon, we already do. Facebook
I know.
and MySpace already killed that. When's the last time? Like, everybody lives online. Everybody lives on their phone. No one goes outside and just meets people and tries to have regular social interactions that we used to. We're already in that digital world. Like, it's.
But I don't want it to get any more than this, and I know it's still gonna happen. But
we just getting started. We just getting started. Wait till everything looks like the Jetsons. That's where we're headed. Like,
yeah. I wonder if we'll get there in our lifetime. Probably not, but we'll see.
Listen, when I was a kid, I used to think, oh my God, my parents, they had black and white TV. Like, we got computers and stuff. I thought that was crazy. Now thinking about like the advancements since then, it's like,
that's true. I want to interview my parents and see like how they felt when the internet was first coming out. And see if they had the same like scary concerns that we are having now.
West. Yes, yeah, it was. It was scary. It was scary as heck.
Oh man. Well, this is a crazy world. AI is cool, but it also is scary when you think about all the things that are it's capable of. So
I was actually watching a video that was talking about when the internet first came out, and they showed a commercial from like when they were trying to get people to use the internet, and it was a bunch of kids. And they're like, this is why I'm on the internet. I'm on the internet because of this. And it was so corny. Oh my God. It was like, it's the funniest thing. Like, really? Y'all had to convince people why the internet is good? This is crazy.
Well, somebody has to convince me why I should. I don't know.
Listen, you're so pro AI bot, and I was the only one anti.
I was just interested in seeing how deep and how smart it could get. But I haven't used it in a while because I don't know. It is kind of freaky, Jaja. I'm more on your side now. Where you were, how you thought about it. I'm there with you. I'm there with you now.
It is terrifying. It's terrifying. But like every channel on my YouTube now is like, use the chat GBT to do this. Use chat GBT to do that. I'm like, what? Y'all are having this bot do everything.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. We'll see, guys. we'll see. I'm
We're
interested to see.
gonna get the bot to do our rundown for us.
Right. Yes. Come up with nerd topics to talk about on our podcast, and it will. It will. How do I use it? Actually, I kind of want to test that out. No, you know what? Let me not. I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna get into that. But it.
We should test it out one time, but like not actually use it.
How do you even actually use that? Is it like a website? Like I don't know anything
it's just
about
a chat bot. You just type whatever you want in there. Hey, can you write me a script for this? Hey, can you write me code for this? And the more specific you are, the more specific it will be. Like, all right. It's insane.
We're definitely gonna try it for one episode just to see like how well it spits out a rundown, but not right. We'll get to that soon. But yeah, I'm AI, man. It's a crazy world we're living in right now. 2023. 2023 is gonna be the year for AI, I think.
Like this year is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, I think this is where we're gonna see the most progression and most like leaps and bounds more forward into that world. So we'll see. Robot revolution. That's what 2023 is going to be. Anyway, moving off of scary AI, let's talk about more Marvel stuff. So on a much lighter note, where we're focusing on human achievements, Angela Bassett has won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And this marks the first time that an actor in a Marvel movie has won a Golden Globe. And well-deserved.
Yeah, we need like the applause. We need something crazy for this. This is a huge deal to me. This is huge. I love Angela Bassett. I think she's one of the greatest actresses.
She's great.
Like ever.
She's great. And she definitely deserved it. Her role as Princess Ramonda in this movie, this go around, it was very powerful, very emotional, very well done. So she absolutely deserved it. Absolutely. And I just hope I wonder like if she'll get recognized at other awards like an Oscar maybe or anything else like that. She definitely deserves it because her performance in this movie, despite any other flaws that the movie might have had, like her performance was truly great in this movie. So
I know that a lot of people like to make the joke that she's like the Black mom in every single movie or show or whatever, but I don't care. She kills it in every role she does. She could be the mom for the rest of her career, and I would still think she's an amazing actress.
She is.
Kudos, flowers, all that to Angela Bassett, because she is one of our shining lights. She represents all of us in an amazing way. I love her so much.
Right. And I'm a little sad that she's no longer going to be part of the MCU, but
oh, I was mad when they killed her. Oh, you just reminded me. They killed her. Oh my God. That was crazy. That was one of the shockers of the movie. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either.
And for her to go out the same way her husband went out.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna miss her in that franchise. And but you know, she did great while she was here, and she gave a great tribute speech to Chadwick Boseman as well when she was giving her acceptance speech. So it was really nice.
And can I say that she has looked the same age for like the last 40 years? Like
that's melanin magic.
She's a beautiful woman. So.
Yes, for sure. All right, let's talk about what we're all so excited to talk about now, which is we got a new trailer, probably the last trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantimania, which is coming out February 17th. We are a month away from this movie. Jaja, what did you think?
I don't have to win. We just both got to lose, all right? Oh, man, I'm so hyped for this movie. You have no clue. I am dying to see this movie. And I can't believe it's going to be an Ant-Man movie that has me like this.
I know, right? An Ant-Man movie. I'm very excited as well. It looks like it's going to be very good, like I said. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm just a little nervous because it has to be good. There's a lot riding on this movie to kind of launch the rest of the expectations for the MCU into this next phase with Kang and things like that. So it just needs to be a fantastic movie. And I'm just really afraid because there was so much hype going into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And that movie kind of fell flat a little bit. So I'm just hoping that it is not the same thing and that it is actually very good. Please.
I was just gonna ask you, like, what are you so scared of? Like, what was the movie that got you scared? And then you said it. I get it. I get your sentiment, but Multiverse Madness wasn't that bad to me.
It
It was
wasn't that
not horrible.
it wasn't horrible, but I just feel like it didn't go in the direction that it should have. I just feel like we were expecting a little more from it than we
right. I was expecting more multiverse than madness, and it gave us more madness than multiverse, which I'm not so mad at, because wasn't Spider-Man supposed to come out before that and then end up coming out after, or vice versa? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was supposed to come. No, Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before Spider-Man, but it ended up coming out after Spider-Man. I think.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not mad at that movie.
I'm not mad at it either, but it just fell a little bit flat. So I'm just hoping this movie can't fall flat to me. It has to just be up here. It has to excel. It has to be on the same level of greatness, I think, as Infinity War was. That's what I think. That is the meter that it has to meet, is what
I would be shocked if it comes out and I walk out that movie theater like, yo, this movie was not it. If that happens, Shannon, oh man, it's gonna be a bad day.
But you know what?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You know what's throwing me off a little bit though is that the movie is only 2 hours long. I feel like it's too short.
I don't.
Really?
I don't think. Yeah, okay. It's just we're dealing with Ant-Man and Kang, and then the little B characters. Ain't nobody else gonna be in it really.
But I feel like you need. I don't know. I just feel like we need time because it's like Ant-Man and the Kang. Like they're like two characters on opposite ends of the spectrum that you wouldn't expect them to be facing off in such a like what they're calling like a cataclysmic type movie. They're just like the last two people I would expect to be the main faces of that together. So I feel like you just have to like build that and then just like tell it properly. I just feel like 2 hours is not enough time to do that.
I think they did build up to it though with What If, and then the Ant-Man, the second whatever Ant-Man movie where he went to the quantum realm and they showed the city in the background. Mm-hmm. I feel like we got the build up, and I don't think it's gonna be like a fisticuffs, like they're gonna be fighting, even though they did show that they brawl a little bit. But I don't think it's gonna be about that. I think it's gonna be there's something, whatever Kang needs Ant-Man to do for him. I want to know that so bad. I want to know what is this thing that only Ant-Man can do that's going to help Kang out, who's the controller of all time. Like, what? I need to know this, and it better be good. It better be good. Like, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. It better be good. It has to be. So like, I'm just a little nervous, but you know, I'm very much looking forward to it. It just has to be good, you know. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna think. I'm just gonna go through the rest of the MCU just floating through a cloud, just not expecting much of anything.
If this movie flops or doesn't live up to the expectations, then the whole next phase is in question.
Right, the whole next phase. So it's just a lot riding. It's just a lot riding on Marvel right now. A lot riding on it. So
I'm not too worried about it though.
We'll see. The other question is, do you think that I can finish more than 15 movies and like 6 shows in the span of a month?
No. That's the short answer. I think you would have a better chance finishing the Tokyo Revengers manga than that.
But you know what?
I've been putting so much peer pressure on people to do Tokyo Revengers. It's not even funny.
But you know what? I'm gonna give it my best effort, and I'm gonna see where I end up by the time the movie comes out. I'm gonna try. I think I can do it. I think I can.
I feel like you gotta at least get through What If and like the new shows.
You know what? Yeah, you know what's gonna throw me off? It's the shows that are gonna throw me off because it's like multiple episodes instead of just sitting down and watching a movie. I think it's the shows that are really gonna mess me up, but we'll see.
I think you got it. You could do it. You could do it.
Yeah,
just don't do anything else.
I know. All right, guys. Well, follow along with my journey. So right now I'm watching Thor, so I'm still very much in phase 1. We'll see where I am next week. On next week's episode, I'll give an update of where I am in the timeline and my thoughts on what happened. Yeah, well, we'll see if I can make it through the entirety of the MCU before Ant-Man Quantimania comes out.
Don't hold your breath, guys. But yeah, we're gonna see. Watch, you're gonna come back next week and be like, "So I got to the next movie."
No. I'm gonna
have 14 more to go.
I'm gonna do better than that. I think I'm gonna do better than that, but we'll see. We'll see. Jaja, anything else before we wrap up this week?
That's it for me.
Yeah,
About to watch football, you know.
Yeah, football for Jaja. That's why we record so early in the morning, so Jaja can watch football.
Just throw me right on under the bus.
No, but thank you for joining us this week, Jaja. It was so good to see you again in the new year. We will be back next week with a new episode of Blerdsnerds podcast. As always, please make sure to engage with us by sending us an email on topics that you'd like to see us talk about. If you are a nerd in the business space and you have any art or any work that you want to come on and promote on the show, please email us, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. And then, as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram @Blerdsnerds, and on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. You can listen to the Blerdsnerds podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your podcast listening app of choice. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe. Nope, I messed that up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then that's it. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.